Assalamu alaikum viewers. Welcome to Siyasat English News. I am Ayman Omar. The daughter of the Chief Minister of the state KCR and the ruling TRS party MLC K Kavita today took the COVID-19 vaccine. She went to city-based NIMS hospital and took the first dose of the vaccine. Speaking on the occasion, she told the people of the state that nobody should have any myths and wrong opinions about the side effects of the vaccine and urged them to come forward in a brave manner and took the vaccine. The Rajya Sabha MP of the ruling TRS party Santosh Kumar also received the vaccine at NIMS along with his wife. On the other hand, State Agriculture Minister S. Niranjan Reddy also received the vaccine shot at the NIMS. Speaking on the occasion, he urged the people of the state to strictly follow the COVID-19 prevention rules by keeping in view of the spreading of the second phase of the virus. The incidence of COVID-19 surge continues in Telangana. 403 new cases were registered in the past 24 hours on Sunday, taking the total infection count to 306,742 till date. 2 persons died of corona yesterday, while the death toll thus stands for 1,690, translating a case fatality of 0.55% as against the countrywide mortality rate of 1.3%, according to a bulletin issued by the Health Department. As many as 313 patients recovered from the infection on 28th of March. The bulletin said 33,930 samples were tested on 28th of March. The recovery rate in the state was 97.95%, while it was 94.3% in the country, it said. Telangana Chief Minister KCR today told the TRS leaders that the party had lost in Dubbaka by-elections due to his absence from the election campaign. He asked the party leaders to work hard for the victory of the party candidate in the upcoming by-elections in Nagarjuna Sagar Assembly constituency by putting aside their differences. He told the party leaders that he, along with his son and State Industries Minister KTR, would take part in the Nagarjuna Sagar Assembly election campaign. He asked the leaders to work hard for the victory of the party candidate like they worked hard for the recent MLC elections. He made these remarks after declaring the name of the party leader, Nomola Bhagat, who is the son of the former MLA of the party, Nomola Narsamaya, as a party candidate for the Nagarjuna Sagar Assembly seat. The CM has also handed over a B form of the party to Bhagat Kumar on the occasion. Bhagat would file his nomination papers from the seat on Tuesday. TDP National President Nara Chandrababu Naidu today greeted the party leaders and workers on its foundation day. He said that the founder president of the party NTR had established the party after drawing inspiration from Veerasalingam, Apparao, Siramalu and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He also said that NTR had always craved for bringing name and respect to all the Telugu-speaking people. He called upon the leaders and workers to unitedly achieve the goal of development of all Telugu people. He also called upon the workers to take pledge to establish Rama Rajya in the state. On the other hand, the National General Secretary of the party, Nara Lokesh, also greeted the party leaders and the workers on the occasion of the foundation day. He said that the love of public was the strength of the party. Meanwhile, the TDP MLA Ganta Srinivasa Rao also celebrated the party foundation day on Vizag Beach Road. Speaking on the occasion, he said that he was happy that the party had completed 40 years in the state. Wishing to see a drug-free world, a 10-year-old Tania Begum from Hyderabad has been spreading awareness about their harmful effects. A student of class 4, Tania Begum has been raising her voice against drugs since she was 5 years old. After looking at various news articles and videos about the adverse effects of drugs, Tania believes that drugs use is a serious issue and needs to be talked about in public. Many people, especially the youth, are getting addicted to drugs and are destroying both their health and future, Tania said, adding that she has decided to raise her voice against drugs by creating awareness among people about their injuries' effects. The authorities in Telangana have started crackdown on those violating the face mask rule. In the latest, a commercial establishment in Hyderabad was fined after they found its management flouting the rule. A team of Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation have conducted a surprise visit at Dhanalakshmi Steels at Fatehnagar in city and found that none of its staff was complying the mask rule. The GHMC have immediately fined under the HMC Act and issued a challan of 2,000 rupees. Speculations were rife on Sunday that NCP Supremo Sharad Pawar met Union Home Minister Amit Shah in Ahmedabad. At what was known to be a dinner diplomacy event hosted at a Gujarat businessman house, Pawar reportedly attended along with his deputy Praful Patil. NDTV also quoted sources that said the police in Ahmedabad had been asked not to register the movements or make special arrangements for the Home Minister as he drove to the host mansion. However, NCP spokesperson Nawab Malik rubbished all reports of the meeting. The news reached social media platforms when newspaper in Gujarat reported that a meeting was held between the two political leaders. The media house also said that the menu was vegetarian, confirming that the meeting actually took place. DMK President M.K. Stalin on Monday promised that the Citizenship Act will not be allowed in Tamil Nadu if his party was voted to power in the April 6 assembly elections and slammed the ruling AIA-DMK for supporting the BJP in parliament on the issue. Had the AIA-DMK and lone PMK member in the Rajya Sabha voted against the bill, CAA would not have seen the light of the day and the two parties should be blamed for the flight of minorities all over the country, he said. Protests had broken out against the contentious act earlier in various parts of the country, including in Shaheen Bagh in Delhi. Addressing an election meeting here, Stalin charged the ruling AIA-DMK with enacting a drama on the matter ahead of the polls and recalled that his party had earlier staged protests against the CAA and also launched a massive signature campaign against it. In the wake of spike in corona cases, there is a likelihood of a ban on mass prayers inside mosques in Saudi Arabia. During the last 2 months, about 400 worshippers in the mosque were found to be corona positive. Tests were conducted on those coming to the mosque for prayers. Many worshippers were found to be positive, which is worrisome for Saudi authorities. The holy month of Ramadan is around the corner. There is a likelihood of mosques being closed on a temporary basis due to a spike in new corona cases. The head of the healthcare department of King Saud University, Professor Dr. Nasir, said in view of the increase in COVID-19 cases, the mass prayers inside the mosque during the holy month of Ramadan might be banned. Professor Tawfiq appealed to the people to strictly follow the COVID-19 protocols. He said people who have been vaccinated must not be complacent as the cases are increasing among those who have taken the jab. A joint WHO-China study on the origins of COVID-19 says that the transmission of the virus from bats to human through another animal is the most likely scenario and that a lab leak is extremely unlikely, according to a draft copy obtained by the Associated Press. The findings offer a little new insight into how the virus first emerged and leave many questions unanswered, though that was as expected. But the report does provide more detail on the reasoning behind the researchers' conclusions. The team proposed further research in every area except the lab leak hypothesis. The report is being closely watched since discovering the origins of the virus could help scientists prevent future pandemics, but it's also extremely sensitive since China bristles at any suggestion that is to blame for the current one. Repeated delays in the report's release have raised questions about whether the Chinese side was trying to skew its conclusion. Bollywood actress Fatima Sana Sheikh became the latest celebrity to have tested positive for COVID-19. Sheikh took to Instagram and said she is following all the health and safety protocols after contracting the virus. Revealing her reports on social media, Fatima Sana Sheikh wrote, "I have tested positive for COVID-19 and currently following all the precautions and protocols and have been in home quarantine. Thank you for all your wishes and concern. Please stay safe," she said. Fatima Sana Sheikh was last seen in Anurag Basu's 2020 crime comedy Ludo and Manoj Bajpayee-led Suraj Pe Mangal Bhari, which had a theatrical release. India and Royal Challengers Bangalore skipper Virat Kohli is leaving no stone unturned to gear up for the upcoming Indian Premier League. India defeated England in the third ODI by 7 runs on Sunday to clinch the 3-match series 2-1. With this, the Kohli-led side ended the England series on a high as they emerged out victorious in all the 3 formats. Kohli, who will now be seen in action for RCB in the upcoming IPL, has already begun his preparation for the cash-rich league. RCB is set to play the IPL 2021 opener against Mumbai Indians on April 9th in Chennai. Last week, Mike Hesson, the RCB Director of Cricket, has said that ABD Villiers will once again be a wicket-keeping option for the franchise in this year's IPL.